Hello, welcome to Shobocast, episode 30 or 31, one of those two.
Are we going with this then?
Sorry about...
What's happening to the previous intro we recorded?
It might make it in the edit.
Oh, that's interesting. And if not, it's a fun little tease.
Yeah.
Harry is currently...
£5,000.
Harry is currently previously occupied.
He's looking for toilet paper.
Yeah.
He's doing big poo.
Don't be so graphic. This week we're talking about Battlefield from season 26, which is the first story of the last season of Classic Who.
But that's a video game. That's not an episode of Doctor Who.
I'm Dan, and I've got Cameron with me.
Hello.
Dan with me.
Hello.
And Harry not with me. He'll be here.
Hello. That's the sound of Harry.
How's everyone's week been? I know we've been speaking today for quite a bit already, so this isn't going to flow as well as normal. But...
what have I done this... I finished coursework. I've done all my coursework, so I just got exams, which I'm going to fail. So that's fun. What else have I done? I bought a 1,000 Doctor Dot book.
Oh.
They're very nice.
A 1,000 what book?
Your Doctor Dots, but there's 1,000 dots. A lot of fun. Ever done anything else? No, I haven't. I'm going to make a shepherd's pie later.
Why are you making a shepherd's pie at night?
Shepherd's delight.
Well, an hour or two to
shepherd's
cook
pie
properly.
At night, 3 cheese Dan's delight. That's the same.
Well, I'm not going to have it for fucking lunch, am I?
Cameron, what about you?
It's because I've not had anything to eat today, Cameron.
No, Dan, the segment's done.
Oh, no! Oh, we're going to be fired.
You already have been many a time.
That's true.
No, I've been good this week. Done my usual nothingness. Started watching Classic Who recently. I don't know if I started watching that with the last one or not. I can't remember.
I think you mentioned it last episode.
Yeah. I'm now on to Martha, which is nice because I love that series. It's got some proper series 3.
Oh wait, you watched New Who?
Yeah.
You definitely said Classic Who before.
You did say
I
Classic
was
Who.
like, bloody hell, he's watched that quick.
Oh, yeah.
Season 3.
No, yeah. Modern Who, series 3. It's got some proper underrated bits on there, and then Blink, which has become a bit overrated in recent years.
Ooh.
I think Blink is completely exactly rated.
I think it gets the praise it deserves. I think too many people say, like, I'd introduce people to the show with this. It's like, no, you wouldn't. That'd be
No, you wouldn't, because the Doctor's not in it.
Because it's just not what the show is. But it is.
Yeah.
It's a nice treat. Harry's back. Harry, I don't know if you can hear us, but we're already recording, so tough.
So suck a big
How's
one.
your week been?
Me?
Yeah.
No, the person who's currently muted.
Been alright. I think I mentioned last episode, just getting this car sorted. So that should be happening this week. I can insure it, tax it.
Crash it into a tree.
Music.
Put a little pat on it.
Yep. Get a number plate that says Shobocast. No, I don't know.
You can take a trip up to Scotland.
Yeah, well, that's the plan eventually, because I'm insured basically with I will be insured with, I think, Direct Line, they'll insure you before you
Car
pass
insurance.
your test and after you pass your test.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, I pay now for a year, and then whenever I pass my test, the rates change a bit, and whatever. And obviously, I don't need to.
Oh, I thought you had passed your test.
No, I've got my test in June, so wish me luck.
Oh, okay. Good luck.
If I fail that, rescheduling is going to take probably a year.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So what?
Sorry. Okay.
Are you still on the toilet? Yes or no?
No, someone's eating my crackers.
Was
You?
it the cats?
No, it wasn't me.
Was it that giant Tom Baker, and he's actually sentient now?
Yes.
It was always Tom Baker anyway. Well,
I'm hungry.
sort that out. While I carry on saying whatever. What was I saying?
Something about your car.
Cars and insurance.
Yeah. So yeah, that's been fun. Pricing everything up and realizing I have just enough money to scrape by. Thank God I'm not living alone, because I would be starving. But I'd have a car, so that's all right.
That'd be nice.
And yeah, I've got all the bit that I mentioned last week to clean it and do it up and stuff. And yeah, one day we will meet. One day we will meet up, because that'll be fun.
Yeah.
One day I shall come back.
Harry.
Hello.
How's your week been?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Interesting.
not much to talk about really, apart from chocolate.
Be doing any props?
Actually, been working on this bust of the Destroyer from Battlefield as it goes.
Oh.
Funnily enough. Yeah. I didn't sculpt it, but I'm just restoring it because some bits have fallen off.
That's quite cool.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
No, there's nothing else to mention. I feel like there should be something to mention, but there isn't.
Have you already done the new intro? That wasn't from my beautiful...
Yeah.
We have.
Yeah, I did a professional version, don't worry.
We
Professional.
still don't.
Yet again, I saved the podcast, it's fine, don't worry about it.
I thought
We still don't have Paul with us because he's being a nerd and doing university things.
Is he still
what
doing
kind of-
assignment?
That's a nerd.
I think so, because his assignments are like write a book or something shit like that.
Jesus.
Or he's led us to believe they are.
He said he might pop in on this one, even though he hasn't watched it.
Oh, that'll be alright. Because we've got the news later now, so if he joins later on, we can just chat about news and stuff.
But there's no news. There's nothing is.
Disagree.
But we'll get to that later. Firstly, though, what
You
did
disagree?
everyone think of this episode?
Hang on, what have I
Well, we
missed?
know what you thought of it.
Well, yeah. Because in the
Let's get
top
my
5
notes out.
classic Who thing,
Yeah, this was
one of my most
funny
favourite
old
stories.
recommendations. I'm gonna straight up say off the bat, this is now already one of my favourite Doctor Who stories ever.
What?
Yeah.
Ever? Fucking hell, that was...
Yeah, but then again, I've only seen probably 10% of the show.
Oh, first.
No, that's not true. I think the thing the thing on that website where you can tick them off, I think it said 27% or something I've seen altogether, which is still not that much.
No, but it's a fair amount.
But
Is that including the new series?
Yeah, that's including new series.
But
Must be. So yeah, I'm gonna go off the bat and say that I really enjoyed this one. I didn't think I would, but I did, and I know Dan's pulling some faces because he disagrees with me.
I'm just not looking. I have a feeling it's going to be. I'm going to be the only one who. Harry, what did you think of it?
I have to say I quite enjoyed it.
Yeah,
So, I mean, it wasn't the best, but it was an enjoy. It was like on par with Meglos for me.
I'd put it above Meglos. I'm trying to think what other classic stuff we've done. Yeah, I
I'd
think I
say-
enjoyed it more than Curse of Paladin. I think it's my favourite classic story.
Oh, it's definitely better than
Well,
Curse
apart
of
from Five
Paladin.
Doctors, obviously.
It's just
I don't
so
rate it.
weird hearing everyone say this.
Go on then, Dan.
Go on.
It's like you're talking about this is the best thing I've ever seen. I'm just saying did I watch a
I
different?
didn't say it's the best thing I've ever.
no, but did I watch a different episode? Because
Just not doing it for you.
I could not get behind it. No.
How comes? What part of it? Like,
I'm not a.
I was just going to suggest we could go through it like story beat by beat, but if you want to just get it all off your chest now, go for it.
There's not really much to get off my it.
Why do you hate it, Dan? Why do you hate it?
Why do I hate it?
Why do you hate
really? I would say what I really disliked was I don't think a lot of the acting in this episode was very good at all. There was I felt like there was a severe case of, and from McCoy as well, of
Yeah, McCoy wasn't that great in this one. I'll give you that one.
there's a severe case of overacting from every single member of the cast in this
But
episode.
I think it suits the tone.
I
think it gets away with it.
The Brigadier
No.
doesn't overact.
The Brigadier is the exception, yes,
the
but there's so many times where
Bambera doesn't overact.
yes, oh my
She does.
fucking
All
god,
of
she
the people
does.
from the other dimension do, and that's just a fact. But I think it fits it. I think it.
I didn't even mind the people from the other dimension.
The
I
other
found their
dimension you
acting
sort of
fit
expect it to do.
It's
something
it's
over
the
the
fact
top.
that someone will talk and then they'll be shouting.
Like the Shobocast then.
Like McCoy will say something and then they'll be shouting about something, and it really, I
McCoy
could,
does it a lot though.
yeah, and I think I realised watching this episode, and I'm sorry, I don't like McCoy. I don't like McCoy.
Sorry, Dan's mysteriously breaking up from the call. What? Oh no, he's muted. He's been muted. I've muted him. I've not done that deliberately. I don't know how that's happened. And disabled video because I can't look at him ever again. That is really weird. Why has that happened? I'm so sorry, Dan. We can't hear you now. Whoa. Anyway, I guess we'll just have to talk about.
Right, so although it is one of my most favourite classic Who stories, I don't like this theme arrangement.
What, the title music?
Yeah.
What?
I think we discussed this on.
Have you actually gone?
We discussed it on Greatest Show of the Galaxy as well. I really dislike this theme. I dislike the visuals.
Do you know what I think of this theme? I think
love
this
it.
theme is the classic Who equivalent of the Capaldi theme tune. It's too screechy. It's a confusing
That's
arrangement. The titles don't really match what it's going
Are you
for.
mad?
And
we've broken Harry.
Harry looks very sad.
Oh man, is this episode? Are we gonna have more division than any Chibnall episode?
£20,000.
Doesn't look it.
The titles themselves I don't mind. It's
Do you
just
not like the scrunches of
the
paper?
actual arrangement of the music.
I dislike
like that
the
much.
music.
Yeah.
The music in this episode, that was the two big things, was the overacting and the music. The incidental music I found.
Nicolas' amazing score.
It felt
Oh
like
my
a boomerang
God, it was
film using
terrible.
music.
Yeah.
The music,
Yeah.
I felt like it was a parody of Michael
that-
Jackson's music.
Does that mean you don't like the music to Remembrance of the Daleks?
I've not seen Remembrance of the
Remembrance is
Daleks.
actually pretty good.
That's the same composer.
No, I know, but it's a different.
Yeah,
sound.
composers can do some good work and some shit
I
work.
like them. I can't
I've-
actually understand why you don't like the
Well,
music.
I've got in my notes, music very bad, and then I've got in big brackets, think of a joke in all caps, and I couldn't think of a joke.
Well, to be fair, I was watching it with my mate, and he started shouting about Kef McCulloch, whatever his name is, ruining Doctor Who for him. He literally started shouting about how bad it was,
No, I
and
don't-
he was just sat there at the other end of the sofa like,
The
okay.
theme music is an important part of it, and the titles as well need to match it. I think right now Jodie's intro sequence and theme music doesn't actually suit her
So
era.
good.
Oh,
I think it's
agree with that, but
I think it's a great arrangement by Sagan, but I don't think it matches the tone and.
it's
story
on that note, it's really weird.
I think
because
it
it's
suits Capaldi way better.
that's exactly what Jack Wolf said, isn't it?
Yes.
He probably did. I did watch that a couple of days ago, so it's probably just sat in my mind now.
Or
I don't
someone
think-
else said it actually, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I kind of agree that, but it's like Jodie's theme and visuals are some of my favourite in the show's ever done.
Oh no, it's stunning, and so's the time vortex.
Yeah.
As well, and all
Yeah.
of the visuals in the show consistently look pretty good.
But this Sylvester's intro, I do not, and it's not even the fact. Like I understand it's like very early season. Isn't this the first? I think we discussed this on Great Show of the Galaxy. But isn't this the first like fully CG type
Yeah.
opening?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's not even the fact that the CG looks bad; it's that the actual design of it looks bad, and all the weird.
It relies on it.
Yeah, the TARDIS is in a little bubble, and the I can't think of anything else that happens.
It's like this weird little
Weird spinny galaxy. Yeah. What's going on
The
there?
logo.
Awful.
That's terrible.
It's
The
the
logo is
worst Doctor Who logo.
It is a bad logo.
It is such a bad logo. That's the one thing I hate about it.
I'm weirdly nostalgic for that intro sequence, and I'm not even like huge on that era of the show. I've only probably.
I forgot you were born in 1989.
Yeah, no, exactly though. I'm not actually connected to that part of the show yet. I watched that intro, and I'm like, yeah, this is weirdly kind of
I
nostalgic.
love the
and nice.
intro, but I know I love it because I grew up watching Remembrance of the Daleks quite a lot. So, but I completely disagree with all of you on the intro and the theme tune. I
Think
love
the
it.
Middle 8 is perfect.
What do you
I think
like
it's
about
a bit
it?
annoying.
It's like, I don't know. I just like it. I don't think it's bad. That's the thing. I don't think it's a bad arrangement.
I think it's actively bad.
The weird thing is,
I love
that
how it starts. Like the and it goes straight into the thing.
It's
I
quite
like that.
I think the weird thing is that web.
Oh, we've lost him.
The season 23. Oh my god, who did it? Who did the title?
Oh, what's
his
it?
name?
Wait, I've got it on my Spotify playlist. Let me look it.
Dominic Glynn. That version of the theme was done really rushed, and like you can hear it in the mix as well. A lot of it, like
Yeah, I don't like that.
could have done with another version.
Although that did
I think-
inspire
I
the
hear- Yeah, exactly. I hear less complaints about that one, even though it had less time and less like effort. Well, not effort, but you know what I mean. Less sort of.
Which one is this?
It's the one which is like
Okay.
doing, but doing,
Yeah,
doing.
there's no point trying to use your human mouth. It's not gonna.
Yeah. No, but can you
Use your human mouth.
No, but it's. Wait, I'll play it.
Don't, because it's copyright material, and we'll get taken
Oh.
down. But Dan's got headphones; he can find it. Yeah,
That one, but it did inspire the Murray Gold one because it's got the bits where in the outro where it's like, da-da. It's got those bits. If you understand what I'm saying,
yeah. It's a weird like.
it's got the back.
It's definitely overplayed, like the amount of stuff that's going on in it. But I like it. I just think that one gets a lot less crap than the McCulloch arrangement does.
Why is Sylvester better? Oh,
Yeah.
universe. Okay, that makes sense.
So, actually getting back to Battlefield, I noticed something about this thing. It's very well directed, not necessarily like action-wise, but the shots are very nice, and like they've actually taken time to picture the shots and stuff. So, like the one I noticed particularly was the one from the car, and then in the wind it pans to the wind mirror, and you see Bambera walking up, and then pans out to her, and it's very nicely set up, and it looks good shot-wise.
I think it's nice after watching so much of the studio band stuff to see an episode that's actually shot out on location, and they have that freedom with cameras and stuff like that, and so I think that's fun.
Mm-hmm.
And they focus a lot on lighting as well in this one. There's a lot of like, I don't know, it's just like quite harsh lighting in the scenes with the destroyer and stuff. It just
we get quite a lot of nods to like more classic eras, older bits of classic Who as well. Isn't it?
Yeah, there's a mention of Liz Shaw.
Yes.
it's 'cause yeah.
And they also mention the Brigadier's previous retirement job of he was a teacher, which is seen in I will butcher this.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mandred Undead.
How'd you say it?
Mandred, it's got far too many letters in that name. It's like 3 M's, an R, and a W.
Right.
But yeah, and then his lovely wife. He's got a lovely house. Old Alistair Gordon
It's
Lethbridge
so
Stewart,
big.
doesn't he?
He does. It's very
His
nice.
house done.
Massive house, greenhouse as well next to it. Lovely, big enough garden to land a helicopter in.
Yeah, the helicopter. stuff.
That's what I look for in a property.
You
Is
can
how
tell they'd,
can I
borrowed that helicopter and they were going to get their money's worth.
Yeah, because they're going to put the brigade in it for half a fucking episode.
Yeah, he's in it for most of episode 1 and 2.
Adorable.
Yes.
Only to then just, like, get out while it blows up. Or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What I was going to say.
Just
I
on
remember.
a bit about this, like, story being well directed. It might be well directed, but you can still see the camera units in the car reflections at times.
Can you? Oh, that's
Yeah.
brilliant.
I wasn't paying enough attention to notice that.
It's mostly with the unit Land Rover because it's a bit like cleaner. You can see the
Yeah,
camera and sound operator.
it's like that, like the 10th Planet, like the end of the first episode where you see like just the edge of the set creep into shot and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look.
This
at my...
is a evil 7th Doctor because he's in his evil coat as well.
His evil coat.
Yes, his evil coat.
his brown coat.
Brown one.
They wanted to make the 7th Doctor more of a dark character, so to do this, they gave him a brown coat and hat.
No, his hat wasn't brown.
It becomes brown later on, doesn't it?
No,
think
it's
so.
still cream, but he has
Okay.
a different headband on it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's it. Yeah, they give him a brown coat, so it is his evil coat.
Yeah. It's one notable thing is the woman who plays Morgaine is Jean Marsh, who was notably John Pertwee's first wife, I think, and also she was in the Daleks' Master Plan, playing
Yes.
What's her name?
A Dalek.
Sarah?
Sarah Kingdom. That's it.
Yes, Sarah King. I couldn't remember the second name.
Yeah. But yeah,
Um,
a notable thing about it, and she does. I think she's quite good as Morgana, however you can say it.
It's basically Morgana, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought. Well, I watched the extended version.
Yeah.
So
Cheeky.
this might be why I
Sorry,
thought it.
yeah.
but
That's
I
a
thought
big
it went
thing
on
as
a
well
bit.
as the extended version is like
What's the difference?
it's better.
it-
The general consensus is it's better.
yeah. Although I did think it went on a bit because I know while watching it, I'm getting a tad bored.
I think that's because it's in one big part. I think that's the only way you were feeling that.
Well, no, because I was watching it in different parts though. It was extended, but in different parts.
Oh,
I don't know how they've done that.
I know what you mean now. I felt similar
Yeah.
about an hour in, and I had another like half an hour to go, and I was like, because it's like, it does that thing where it's like, oh, this is the third act. It goes, yes, and now this is the other third act. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
They do that a lot in Doctor Who.
I love how the destroyer just explodes. Like,
Oh man, what the fuck was up with the destroyer? Why does he look like a fucking Power Rangers villain?
because this was 1989 and they had no budget.
He looks like he's about to like go take this Power Rangers and grow massive so he can be punched in a fake city.
Yeah, it's weird. I do really like that scene though, but mostly for like what the Brigadier does at the end when he explodes.
I just do the best I can.
Yeah, it's just like pitiful. Can this world do no better than you as its champion? It's like probably. I just do the best I can, and then just shoots it 3 times in the chest.
However, will we deal with this big monster? Oh, it's okay. I'll shoot it.
Yeah.
Bang, 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 bang.
So I know you've not watched a lot of classic, but that is basically the Brigadier's character. The Doctor going, "Let's do science
Chat
to
with
work
the
out,"
rings,
and the
fly
Brigadier
round
just
rapid.
bring up the machine gun,
That's just the whole of the Silurians.
bring it in,
Yeah.
machine gun, shoot the fuckers.
Yeah. I like the quote. I think Morgana says it where she's like, "Are they not magnificent?" And I just thought that was quite fun. And then
I like the bit with the flying machines. When they're in the graveyard and someone's in a helicopter and they're just like,
Yes.
that was just funny.
It's like a old standard villain thing of it's like, oh, we are evil, but we have honor, therefore we are good people, sort of thing. I was like, oh look, it's a war memorial. They like have a truce for a bit as a way of apology for disrespecting the dead.
Yeah. I quite like that.
And I do like that.
I enjoyed that concept, yeah.
It was the beginning of the Capaldi speech, because at the end, when Sylvester does that rant onto Morgana, stuff about, like, humanity and stuff.
Nuclear war, yeah.
Yeah, I just got so bored during that bit. That's the one bit where I was just like, this is literally just a Capaldi speech going on about stuff which I'm not really invested in, because he hasn't talked about it much before.
Yeah. The nuclear stuff really, it doesn't acknowledge it for a lot of the story, and then it is like the main thing on how they get defeated.
Yeah, it was really odd.
It's just there's a convoy there down by the river. Forget about it. 3 episodes later, Morgaine and her son have gone and stolen the nuclear missiles.
Yeah.
What nuclear missiles? You forgot about them for 45 minutes.
They just put them next to a lake.
Well, I thought Morgana's son would like have revenge tendencies after what she did to him. But
no, he just seems to forgive her and then fight not after.
She sent him off, and then he just kind of came back.
Yeah, and he gets sent off again to do battle, and it's like, oh, the Brigadier's like, all right, I'll just kill your son unless you leave, and it's like,
I thought
I will wish you well on your journey, like leaving him to die.
I thought he'd be like the final villain of the thing, like after the big threat is dealt with, like the Destroyer. I thought like, what are we going to do about him now? Because now he's gone off on one. I thought that was going to be where it was going, but
yeah,
they didn't kind of leave it.
He joins the good side, and it's like, oh no, this is her weakness, and they use that to defeat her because he's just like, bitch, you left me to die. I'm your son.
Biatch.
I'll tell you what, I love Brigadier Bambera, and I think they should bring her back in her old age.
I'm really annoyed that her and the Knight didn't kiss. When were they going to kiss?
They should have kissed.
They should have kissed.
Their flirtation was very good throughout the entire.
Oh my god, the sexual tension was off the fucking chart.
At the end of like a scene, and the way they're looking at each other, and they're like that close to each other, and you're just waiting.
We're gonna kiss.
Yeah.
Cuts away.
I just wanted them to kiss.
It goes from her beating him up at the beginning.
Bit of tongue.
I did enjoy that shot. I enjoyed that shot.
Yeah.
You can tell like they're sort of like have that chemistry where it's just like, right, I need a word with you, and it's like, no, I'm not gonna talk with a peasant, and she just flips him onto the floor.
Yeah.
And the doctor just walks off with
with
Ace and Son Lee.
Oh yeah, shall you? Yeah.
The one
I've written down. I don't have to say it.
Racist too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why was she in this episode? Why was she here?
I always thought growing up, and I still feel it now. That the character was there for a like sort of love interest for Ace.
Oh.
But in '89, they're not going to have a fully open character.
But she didn't do anything.
No, but
She had a car stolen by the Brigadier, and that was it.
I think it's because the Brigadier was here. The Doctor had to take his time up with the Brigadier, so Ace had to have something to take her time up, and that was the character they made.
But the character didn't do anything.
Yeah, but she was just there to keep Ace company, I was saying.
But if you took her away from the episode, nothing would change.
Except Ace would be alone in these situations, so wouldn't.
But functionally, that's not much of a difference, really.
But then she wouldn't have anything to say in her parts.
Yeah, she would just say them out loud like every other character in Doctor Who for the 60 years has been on.
I feel like that would
they
be
just didn't want
a bit too much if she's just there telling us how she feels out loud.
Well, they put her with that soldier that was in the helicopter then.
Yeah, you could definitely condense it.
Oh, the one who gets killed off and no one seems to give a shit about.
Oh yeah, she gets turned to dust and then everyone forgets.
And then they give the woman her sight back.
Yeah.
Oh, and they just get rid of those characters halfway through with the Doctor doing some hypnotism shit on them.
Yeah, the Time Lord
the
hypnotism
slightly
thing.
xenophobic characters, yeah.
Yeah.
You're not English, are you?
Bit of behind the scenes, which is probably the most famous piece of behind the scenes, which I'm sure you'll already know, is that it was Sophie Aldred basically almost died during the filming of this
Oh yeah,
story.
the water tank scene.
Yeah, the glass broke and the water started running towards some electrical equipment.
You can apparently you can hear in the original version. You can hear Sylvester shouting, "Get her
Sylvester
out!"
shouting, yeah.
because he can tell that it's gonna.
Well, it's not.
And then they do, and
but
since they've
they have the actual film. They have the film of it happening where Sylvester he swears to make them know that it's not just an accident. And he swears, and then he's like, "Get her out of there."
I've seen a thing on that. Apparently she would have been safe.
Yeah, but the camera.
Everyone else on the studio floor would have been dead.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, I saw that later on. Yeah.
So she just got a few cuts and stuff from the glass going at her, but then Sylvester McCoy noticed this and just started swearing to go to get her out.
But you
which
can
they thankfully did.
You can actually see the broken glass on one of the shots in the actual thing.
Yeah.
I've got a pizza coming at some point. So.
Ooh, lovely.
I'm gonna go grab a drink so you can carry on chatting.
I think it'd be nice because we haven't seen it in like the TV show yet, but I think it's been in a novel or Big Finish. The Doctor being Merlin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was gonna go somewhere. It did.
That was Cartmel master plan. So
yeah. That's what I kind of it felt like.
And that was the whole chess thing, like because they reused that chess thing throughout Sylvester McCoy's series, and Morgana mentions it, like saying, "I always beat you at chess." And then there's the chess game in Silver Nemesis, and in Curse of Fenric, like the whole plot is based on the chess game.
But it'd be nice if we could get like the Doctor as Merlin and sort of set up bits of this episode. Because it's an interesting thing, the Doctor doing something in their future because they know it's happened.
I kind of assumed it was like it wasn't him. Like it wasn't actually the Doctor who was Merlin, it was like because they came from another universe, didn't they?
Yeah, they came from sideways in time.
I kind of assumed it was like that universe's Doctor was their Merlin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it also seems to be Doctor in the future.
Yeah.
Because the rest of the episode seems to suggest it's like, oh yeah, I've got to go and do this at some point. It just felt like it was going somewhere, and then it didn't do that.
Did you get the name of the knight from the other dimension? Because I kept referring to him in my notes as not Arthur.
Oh, there was one began with an A and one began with an L.
Azadel.
So there's Mordred, who is Morgaine's son.
And then there's
and
something.
And then Aslan.
Anselin.
That's it.
Yeah.
Very well done.
Him as not Arthur, because he's clearly a King Arthur allegory.
What was up with King Arthur? What was the deal
He's
there?
dead.
He's dead.
Okay, but when was he dead?
This whole time.
Sorry?
This whole time.
I know, but they all thought he was alive.
So they would have said, instead of it's, oh no, King Arthur is dead. He's in suspended animation. Just lying on this thing, arms sprawled out, looking like a corpse.
Like a dead person, yeah.
Yeah. And so they would have said, he's in suspended animation, he'll awake when needed. And he's just dead.
Fucking idiots.
Although you've said you don't like the Seventh Doctor, he does have some like good lines in his stories.
Oh, yeah, I've got several written down, yeah.
So like, I've got his I just want to say three things. Where is it? Yeti, Auton, Daleks, Cybermen, and Silurians. After saying I want to say three things, and it's 5.
Oh no, I hated that bit. That's not one of the things I've got written.
I quite like it just for like the bit of, oh, that was 5 things, Doctor. Yes, and she didn't notice. But also a terrible something. I think he said that.
Why? To go back to why was he? Why was he shouting those things?
I think it's because only he would know unit his face to them.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's saying it because so that unit know that he's dealt with these things before. Because not any ordinary person would know those things.
What are you saying?
When he shouts all the things you remember from previous episodes.
Yes, he's Zygon, Silurian, Auton.
I'll tell you why he says that. And it's the same reason Capaldi starts shouting various places he fought Cybermen on in the Doctor Falls. It's for the fans.
Yeah.
It's just fan service.
It kind of felt even more out of place than.
Barely ever works when they write
You've gone
it. It's usually it stands out like a sore thumb like that.
Dan's
Yeah.
gone from juice to smoothie.
Yeah, I'm just finishing off what's in the fridge. That's got like
Very nice.
in it.
But yes, his line about
I don't.
incurring a terrible something for the Seventh Doctor's nonsense, like the unlimited rice pudding against Davros. I like.
I like the line when they go into the tunnel and it collapses behind them, and he's like, "Oh, don't worry, Ace. It's only a trap."
Yeah.
I like that.
There's
all of that stuff in there where he's like, he just says open or whatever.
Yeah.
Because he's saying, well, if I am Merlin, that's how I would have done it. I would have voice commanded it, so it does it off voice commands. Like I like that. where it's
quite good.
There are little things in here that I
There's
like.
a bit though, when the snake attacks him, because it's just
The picture of a snake.
So, no, that's not even bad. It's just Sylvester McCoy falling over like 9 times.
Did
like-
they redo that effect in the extended one? Because it didn't look terrible.
It looked
It
good.
looked a
on
bit
my
like
one.
Slimer.
It looked good on my one. It was like green and like
Yeah, that's
blur.
the one that I had. I don't know. I'll have to watch the original version, I think, at some point. This is the problem with like some of us watching one version, some of us watching like
Yeah,
the other,
we've
or,
seen
like
different
BritBox or
things.
whatever it is. You kind of have a different experience. Like,
I
the
watched the
story's
one
the
that's
same, but
Disc 2 of the collection box set. Who made that noise?
Cameron,
What else?
just watch that one.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Which one? Which one?
So we get a lovely bit about the Doctor basically doing the plot along, where it's just like, oh, something's wrong, we've not been attacked yet, and then they get attacked.
Yeah.
Like in all good shows, when you say something hasn't happened, it then must happen.
Well, and also in life.
It's quiet. Too quiet.
Yeah, there's a bit of like self-awareness in this last season, I think.
Yeah.
I did most of the McCoy era. I think it kind of, it's like real the tropes.
But yeah, this story is a lot of fan service because obviously they bring back the Brigadier, they've got lines in it, and they bring back Bessie.
They
We haven't
bring
told
back
us the
Bessie.
Brigadier's last story yet.
Huh?
So, I mean, he's in Sarah Jane Adventures, but it's the Brigadier's last Doc 2 story ever.
Yeah.
Unless you count the Cyberman.
Death in Heaven.
Yeah, we don't count that.
I mentioned them time.
Yeah, but that's not actually him.
No, it is the Brigadier.
Nicholas Courtney was
It's
there.
Nicholas Courtney's last story, yeah.
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 And I don't think the Death in Heaven Cyberman should exist.
Yeah. But they have Bessie as well, and the number plate's changed on her.
Yeah, so who's 7?
2-7.
But but we had Who 1, not Who 3, so
Yeah,
why
whatever.
Whatever.
It's cute.
Yeah.
I like that, and I like that he puts some random fucking thing on the steering wheel, and it's just like,
Yeah,
and then suddenly
Come on, let's go!
yeah.
just gives it like
And it
nitro.
leaves, even though it didn't even go off that fast. It
It
was
starts
Basically,
travelling
he's basically
time.
got all of Need for Speed like mods that you could ever need, and he's just unlocked them and modded it.
Yeah,
Bessie
he's
wasn't that
spent all
slow
his money on
anyway.
upgrades.
Of what? Yeah.
Bessie was quite a quick little car, though, to begin with.
Yeah.
For the time that it was made.
Well, no, because John Pertwee had this setting on it which made it go super speedy, where they would just fast forward the footage.
All the
Like,
fire.
speed up the footage.
Yeah.
King Jazz, oh, can't fucking say
I thought you just said vaginas then, I don't know what you said.
it. I was trying to
That's
say
too rude for this podcast.
Yeah, obviously.
Jehoshaphat's, not Jehoshaphat.
Jumping from
There's also a bit in this episode where they do a Top Gear challenge they did like 2 weeks ago.
What?
Bambera stands up in a car and just starts shooting out of it,
They did do
which
that
they
the
did
other
on
week.
Top Gear
I quite like
2 weeks ago with 4x4s.
Oh,
Scottish man doing clay pigeons out the sunroof.
that was funny.
Yeah.
A good episode.
Yeah.
It was good again, damn it. People need to accept that.
Yeah.
She's such a good character.
Yeah. I do like.
I liked her as a character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And her and whatever his name is, Lancelot, I don't know.
Don't know
I
who
love
she
that
should have
bit.
kissed.
I love the bit at the end because we were just talking of Bessie, when it's like, I'm going out shopping with the girls, and you just think,
Oh, yeah.
she's going meeting her friends, but no, it's the girls from the episode, and they're in Bessie, and it's like, whoa, they've all got goggles on, what's going on?
And then
See you later.
Anselin, you any good with the lawnmower? And
Yeah.
then the doctor's like, I'll do the cooking or something.
I'll
It's
do
just like
supper.
the brigadier going, "Oh, what about dinner?" Then it's just like, "Oh yes, have something ready for when we get back." And it's just like, "What?"
And then the doctor says he'll cook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Anselin's doing the lawn.
Big yawn.
Sorry, we bored.
Me and Ace. Yeah, I'm bored.
I started this episode with a yawn, so...
Me and Ace had I think, almost the same reaction to when, like, right at the end where the doctor goes, "But I've got an ace up my sleeve." And Ace jumps in, and she's kind of like, "Oh, shut up."
I like
There's
We
just
were
some
both like,
nice line.
I really like that line. I thought it was adorable.
Yeah, I quite like it.
Yeah, no, yeah, but I enjoyed that we
Another-
basically said
another
the same
he
thing at
says
the
as
same
well,
time.
saying like there's only one ace or something like that.
Yeah, after the
That was nice, yeah.
destroyer destroys the hotel, it's just like they got Excalibur, and it's like, good. Interdimensional mystic swords are easy to come by, but there's only one ace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like McCoy's doctor is largely remembered for being very manipulative with Ace, but you do seem like bits like this. He does care about her.
Yeah.
Bring them back.
Because
Bring them back. Put him in the 60th.
Ace is only like 17 or 18 she's meant to be. Like, she's meant...
You know that Devil Seeds of Arador thing,
I do.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
which had Syl?
So.
My
Yeah,
mate
yeah.
did the costume for that.
Hmm?
My mate did the costume for Syl in that, the Devil Seeds of Arador.
You just randomly remember this stuff, don't you?
Yeah, no, but I was saying that because Sophie Aldred.
By the way, my dad is Tom Baker. Yeah. That would
I'd have
explain
to
a
be
lot of
lot
things,
for
actually.
that.
My uncle is actually sitting.
No, right.
I was saying that because Sophie Aldred is in that. As
Is in this episode of Doctor Who.
No, it's
She's in Devil Seeds as a different character.
yeah, Mistress Nar, and she's like, she'd still be able to come back on Doctor very easily.
Ah, Doctor Who. Who?
I've seen that
Doctor Who.
That
With-
Who.
with the trailer for the season 26 with Sophie Aldred in it, when like she's running the Ace, which is our whatever
A
that
charitable Earth.
yeah, and it's like a really nice little trailer, and then the Doctor knocks at the door with his question mark umbrella, and then she's like, "Doctor," and oh, that's very good. I like that.
Yeah.
Warms my heart.
It does. Right, carry on.
So, a thing on when the Destroyer first turns up in the hotel, for some reason, when he just turns up with his arms there, he just has, to me, this look on his face of like, "Alright, mate." Just like really casual for that brief moment, and then
Yeah,
becomes a horrible monster. But he just
Yeah,
turns up and he's just like, "Alright."
There's a deleted scene where he walks up to the desk to the woman there, and he goes. "Bark, bark, bark, bark." She says, "No, sir. This is the check-in desk."
Fuck you.
What's that guy's name? The Zbigniew.
Yeah,
The Begnia.
I actually remembered that. That's
I
nice.
think so.
Impressive. Yeah,
He's-
Zbigniew.
Czechoslovakian, I believe.
Cagliarinian, I think.
I like him, but then also like he was never in Classic Who, so it would have been more realistic if it was like someone who'd actually appeared in Classic Who as like one of the unit soldiers.
Mm.
But I like his character either way.
They made the choice in this to have all of the people who will play it not to be like posh British people, to
Yeah.
make it feel more like a United Nations organization.
Yeah.
It's nice to see like people of different nationalities joining together to kick aliens in the dick.
Just the dick, though.
Or,
Yeah.
yeah.
Nowhere else.
Kicking a
That would
dart
be
with the dick is
unseemly.
hard. It's why they needed the Teflon bullets.
But it wasn't the Teflon, it was the silver ones that killed the Destroyer.
Yeah, but they also had anti-Dalek bullets there with them for some reason.
Because it could have been Daleks.
In case of Daleks.
Yeah. They have non-stick bullets.
We got anything else to? I thought it was funny at the end when they arrested Morgaine and her son and just like take them away. It's like, oh yeah, you're just gonna fucking put these fucking wizards in a prison.
Yeah,
That'll keep them.
yeah, that's true.
We do get the lovely bit of the Doctor running over to the Brigadier's like lifeless body and going, "It wasn't meant to end like this. He was meant to die in bed and things." Which we later get in A Good Man Goes to War
with the phone call.
Basically saying how
the way Matt Smith plays that as well is handled so well, and then they dig him out of the ground and turn him into
was
a
the best for fan service. Matt Smith was honestly the best actor for fan service because he so felt it. Even though he wasn't like a Doctor Who fan, he felt everything when it like harked back to Classic Who. Like with the Brigadier,
Tennant did it well as well.
Yeah, but Tennant.
But you could see more of the fanboy face on him.
Yeah, like you knew he was aware of the situation. Matt Smith was completely in the moment. Like especially with Adventure in Space and Time, I love the bit where like he's in it, like at the TARDIS console, and Bradley playing Hartnell just sees him and smiles at him, and it's just like, oh,
yeah,
it's very nice. Although he wasn't actually there during filming.
Oh, it's very clearly a green screen.
Yeah. Well, I didn't realise at first. I thought he was there. But yeah.
Wait, what bit are we on about? Matt Smith and
Adventure Space and Time.
Yeah, I can't watch that scene without noticing the massive fault with where he is.
Because he's in front
one
of...
shot he's behind the console, in the next shot he's in front of the console, but from the same perspective. So it's like, what?
It's just wrong.
How did no one watch that?
No,
I feel like someone must have been looking at it when they edited it. How the hell did someone not go, that's not right? Bloody hell.
Yeah, in all, I gave this like a 4.8 out of 5 because it can't be 5 out of 5 for me.
4.8.
I really like this, but racism.
Just use 10 out of. Just use it out of 10.
I'm surprised that bit wasn't just cut.
Yeah. And like I was watching this and I heard it, and I don't watch it with subtitles, and I had to then just go back a bit and have subtitles on and go, wait, what?
Yeah.
I forgot Harry mentioned it last week, so when it happened I was like, whoa, and I thought, why they could have just cut the audio there, so she's just like, I'll have it so that she just pushes her a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
There's ways to edit around that. I just thought it's odd that it's still part of it. There we go.
Yeah. What trivia did I get for this episode?
I'm back. What are we talking about?
He's back.
What we're saying?
No, I was just about to go on to the trivia bit. So, as Harry mentioned, it's the final story with the Brigadier in the main series. The views for this, episode 1 is the lowest viewed episode of Doctor Who ever.
Really?
Yeah, it only got 3.1 million.
Yeah.
Is that like classic or classic and modern?
I think it's both. I couldn't find anywhere that said if it was just classic or both. So, but yeah, the episode 2 had 3.9, 3 had 3.6, and episode 4 had 4 million. So it is a very big drop off for that first episode. It is the last appearance of the TARDIS console until the Doctor Who movie.
Yeah.
And it is a bit dodgily done because, as you will have noticed, it is very dark in the console in episode 1.
Right, I noticed this. Is it about the walls? Did they not have the walls anymore?
Yeah, the walls had been scrapped.
Yeah.
So they had a print of what the walls looked like, put up.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
If you go back on BritBox and look at that scene, I noticed it.
I'm doing that now.
I can see the light going on it, but there's no ridge, so it's not like a piece of glass and then a wall around it. It's just a light, and I thought, is that even there? Is that just a projection?
Yeah. So instead of being like this nicely molded everything with the walls and how they were, they'd scrapped the walls by accident. So they
How
just
did you do that
basically
by accident?
Oh, I don't know.
because the BBC hated them at the time.
Yeah, did you see the condition that the previous TARDIS was in?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They had been very highly damaged.
Got absolutely wrecked. Michael Gray used to spit on it as he walked past it.
Yeah, so they just
Piss
basically put the design onto a flat piece of wood because they didn't have the money or time to make a new set.
Oh, is this the walls?
Yeah, so it's really dark to try and hide that.
Yeah.
And then they used part of that scene in the 50th anniversary.
Divide the universe from one.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking.
Where is it?
I've got pizza.
This is Nicholas Courtney's first explicit return as the Brigadier since the Five Doctors, because he has a brief cameo in Silver Nemesis, but it's not said if he's the Brigadier or not.
Wait, when was he in Silver Nemesis?
He's talking with other tourists at Windsor Castle in the queue or something.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I didn't realise that either until I wrote it down. Yeah, the Brigadier as well was apparent. I don't know if it's been cut or not, but was originally promoted to General, so he was General Alistair Gordon Lethbridge Stewart, but he keeps being referred to as the Brig.
Yeah, because even Bambera calls him Brigadier.
Yeah. Writer Ben
Aronovich,
thank you, was dissatisfied with the final product because he felt the effect and design let it down. And like with some of the special effects and things, I can understand that because he apparently had a much grander vision for the Destroyer.
well, especially given what he was given in Remembrance of the Daleks,
Yeah.
because he was given a much like the special effects and that are like unparred really in classic Doctor.
But his plan for the Destroyer was it was meant to be like a businessman who gets turned into this Destroyer over time. But they didn't have the time to film that or the money to design it and stuff as like the gradual thing. And then someone stole that idea and used it in the Suicide Squad for the Enchantress's boyfriend.
I'll just look back at that scene in the TARDIS. I can't tell anything wrong with it. Like, apart from the fact it's in the dark, I can't. It doesn't.
Can you not see like there's no? It's not like 3D. Like the roundels. I admit they did a good job making it not like a glaring thing, because it isn't the focus of the scene. They did quite a good job like not drawing attention to it, but
No, I can't really see it.
it might be because you've just not seen that much of the classic TARDIS.
What it looked like before. Yeah, that might be.
Because that interior is very like distinct with its like kind of striped pillars and.
I might. Well, no, it's. They had it in a. Five Doctors, didn't they?
It's in it a bit, yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, I'm watching it now. It's just circles.
Yeah, it's weird.
That's depressing.
Yeah.
They did a good job of the light in there.
So as well with the Brigadier in this, he was originally meant to die at the end.
Yeah.
And
That's
this was
what the whole fucking episode felt like they were building up to.
Yeah.
He's about to die.
And this was a decision supported by Nathan Turner, Nicholas Courtney, and Andrew Cartmel, but Aronovich
You just couldn't do it.
couldn't bring himself to kill off such a beloved character.
Pussy.
It would have been so good though, because then he'd have had a proper goodbye.
Yeah.
Or unless
See, if he had done that, Stephen couldn't have come along and... No, well,
Yeah.
he probably would have anyway, wouldn't he?
because I prefer the goodbye on the phone to if he'd have just died, but I don't. I just hate the Cyberman thing that they did with him.
He's awful.
If he'd have died in this, we wouldn't have got him in Enemy of the Bane, though.
That's true.
And I absolutely love that episode of Sarah Jane.
Yeah, I do like him in that. It's got the Sontaran in it as well.
It's got Centaur and it's got the a Bane being in unit going, "Oh yeah, I'm here to protect my world," and the Brigadier just shoots him with his cane.
Yeah.
We are going to cover some Sarah Jane stuff at some point.
And
I don't know if we'd do it as like, the Sarah Jane Adventures Shobocast episode, whatever. I think we'd do individual episodes at some point.
We
Yeah.
should do a series of like spin-off ones. So we do K9 and Company, Sarah Jane Adventures, Torchwood, Class.
Yeah, I don't know if we could talk about the entire show in one like setting though.
Torchwood is weird because it's the only
Like
modern spin-off to not have the Doctor in,
Yeah.
and apparently they never planned to.
No,
Whereas-
K9
Class
and
relied on
Company,
it so much.
Yeah,
I can hate
Classy turns up in the first episode.
yeah.
Yeah.
K9 and Company doesn't have the Doctrine.
I said modern.
Fair.
He thought K9
Because-
and Company was modern because that title sequence hasn't aged a bit. It's so pioneering and it's just so
Ian Levine's amazing score.
You never know though. K9 and Company may have got the Doctor in it if it had survived longer than one
it actually
episode.
did episodes, not episode.
Yeah.
I quite liked K9 and Company. I didn't think it was bad.
Bad.
Yeah, well, you liked Battlefield, so.
Yeah. The Doctor's speech on nuclear weapons was originally much longer and was cut down.
Oh, thank God it was cut down.
This is the final appearance of Bessie in Doctor Who, which I want to see a modern Doctor driving it.
Bessie would have been amazing.
I do think we've never seen Bessie in Modern Who yet.
I do a bit because, like, how much Russell and Moffat did fan service. It's just like I wouldn't be surprised if they, and Chibnall to an extent as well. It's just like I wouldn't be surprised because they're fans of this era to just get Bessie out for an
Just have
episode.
Chibnall blow it up.
It's just, there's been a lot of stories where they could have very easily have used that car to get around and blend in still. I know it's bright yellow, but they've been back in time enough for a old yellow roadster like that to just kind of be a normal thing.
Yeah, but its unit has hold of it, not the Doctor.
Yeah, it could just nick it off screen.
Yeah.
It's not really a show don't tell thing
You
to
know,
worry
shut
about.
down now.
I want to see
Um,
pull a heist on unit to get Bessie. Actually, that would.
Yeah, that's everything I've got.
Okay, then.
Let's give it a mark out of 10 each. Let's give it a mark out of 10 each.
Okay, then.
You can go last because you don't like it.
Trash. I'm gonna say.
I'm going to give it a 7.
I'm gonna give it an 8.
8 or 9?
5.
I'm gonna edit that. So can you just say just leave a bit of silence for a sec, and Dan can just say 10, and then a bit more silence, and I can crop it. So Dan.
1.
Oh. Now I'll have to go back to all of the previous episodes, find a bit where you've said 10th Doctor, and then trim it down.
I don't. Have I talked about the way my rating system works before? Because I don't write.
Go on, go into it.
So I feel like I have, because I think Paul got annoyed at me about it. I don't believe in rating anything out of 10. Oh no, I don't believe giving anything 10 out of 10 makes sense. Like 9 is the
I
highest
don't
I will allow myself to go.
Except for the Green Death, which gets a solid 10.
Oh no, I mean anything ever. Like
See,
Yeah,
now-
no.
when I do like things out of 10. I would say let's do the news
I
now.
kind of get what you're
Oh.
saying. I think I think the way I do it is I think I don't think
Therefore you am.
anything a 10 on this podcast.
Mm.
But if I did, it would be like that. There's absolutely no flaw with this. I think it's perfect.
Yeah.
What I did then is I just looked at Battlefield and I just thought, okay, what's my first instinct when I think of this thing? When I think of my opinion
Yeah.
on this thing, am I thinking, which case it's definitely near 5? Am I thinking, then it's like 2 to 1 to 0? And if I'm going, it's definitely up there.
Yeah.
So like, I'll look
I
at-
just
you know what I mean? Like, I'm not. I don't base it.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
base score off like certain aspects, or it's like it's a feeling thing for me?
Oh no, it's a feeling for me. Yeah. It's like basically just a scale of how satisfied I'm at the end of it. I just feel giving something a 10 out of 10 is almost
What's your
tantamount to
favourite movie of all
my
time?
favourite. Oh, don't make me.
What is it?
I can't. Giving something a 10 out of 10 is almost like saying this is objectively good. I don't like objective measurements
there is
of art.
something wrong with everything, but if you can look past it because your enjoyment of it outweighs that, then I think it's possible to say, yeah, this is 10 out of 10 for me.
Yeah.
We will find your 10 out of 10, Dan. That is the mission.
It doesn't exist.
It will do. You'll just be like,
What's your favourite Doctor Who story of all time?
what was it?
It was either Midnight or Vincent and the
Oh,
Doctor.
it was Vincent the Doctor. And the
Vincent the Doctor.
video you seen it with.
Sorry?
Is that not a 10 out of 10?
No, it's a 9 out of 10.
But what is it that's wrong with it?
With
Stops
Ed,
being a 10.
What is
there's
wrong?
nothing that's wrong with it. It's
Exactly, that means it's top.
Yeah, but
No wrong with it.
But it's not like, by saying that you give something a 10, you're not like refusing to accept there's something wrong with it. It doesn't affect your enjoyment of it.
Let's do a randomizer. Oh, actually, I've got an episode that I want to do.
Tough. Randomiser.
I was going to say let's do the news, but there's nothing.
Well, we're doing
There's genuinely just nothing.
We'll try.
There's Christopher Eccleston in an interview. Worlds Apart is weird. Do you want to talk about that? What do you want to talk about Worlds Apart, Cam?
Yeah, fuck
Okay.
that shit.
This is Cameron's Worlds Apart rant. Begin.
It's more a rant on NFTs as a whole. Because you own
Is that
this
how is that
thing.
how it works?
Yeah, it's a fucking NFT.
Can you
What's NFT?
briefly explain to people who may not know and may or may not be me?
Like me.
It's like bitcoins, but for PNGs, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Bitcoin, but for pictures. So
Yeah.
it says you own this picture, but you don't. Because the artist still owns the picture and can sell as many as they like, while still being able to sell this picture. So there's people saying it's a new age of digital art, but it's not, because if I buy an original picture of someone, I own it. The artist can't sell it again, I own it. But with NFTs, they can sell that shit as much as they want. And that is how...
Oh,
Well,
is
the
this
part-
that card game thing? Where they're selling it for like £2 million or whatever.
Yeah, that's what they're doing with this. So people are saying they have these cards and they're going... One spot, if you don't know, is the Doctor Who virtual trading card game, which already is stupid. The actual game hasn't launched yet, but you can currently buy and sell on the marketplace and from them directly the trading cards. And they have various different levels of skill and attack and rarity, but they, of course, don't have a level of rarity because they don't exist. So the computer algorithm will say it's rare, and therefore it is.
Yeah.
But obviously, people are owning these and selling them, or trying to sell them, for like £2 million.
Who the
and
fuck is going to buy that?
I don't know, especially when that with a common ice warrior.
Who the hell is doing like online digital card games for Doctor Who? Like what? Who's the market for that?
I don't know, but
It's
obviously,
definitely not kids, because they'd rather
This-
have a Fortnite Doctor Who skin or something. And
Yeah.
It's definitely not us, because look at us, and it's definitely not old people because they'd rather have.
They don't know what
Fury
bitcoins
Fury
is.
Or
All the animations.
yeah.
so
I'm on their website now. What the fuck are founder tokens?
I don't know. It's
And
got
why
its
are
own
they
in-game-
$250?
It's got its own in-game currency that you get some every day for just logging in. Named after some random Gallifreyan person they created for it, and it's equivalent. Each one of these in-game currencies is equivalent to 1 cent because it's all in American as well.
Even though it's a British show.
Yeah, but obviously this is not made by the BBC. Very clearly, it's far too expensive for that. So eventually, the license will run out. So people spending all of this money on stuff to own this thing won't.
But it's not physically there, is it? There's not.
Yeah. When you spend your money to physically get the Doctor Who attacks, like monster attacks cards or whatever they were called, you physically owned those cards.
Mm-hmm.
But this is all virtual, and so you don't own it, and it's got a limited lifespan until that server is turned off and it no longer exists. And this is...
It's fucking bizarre. I can't figure out what's going on this fucking website. I have to log in to look at the marketplace, and I don't want to do that.
The marketplace doesn't work as well. So I shared some screenshots on here the other day, and they were arranged in order of price. But it doesn't arrange them in order of price because it went 50 cent, 50 cent, 1 cent, 2 cent, £1, 1.50.
Let's create an account right now. I'm going to create an account.
So if Dan would get them on, you can see it sort of doesn't do it in order of price on some of them.
Shobocast Gmail if you want.
Okay. What is it?
Random password. Email Shobocast.
It's Shobo.
Because you simply have to be on Worlds Apart.
You simply have to be on email these days.
Yeah, and it's more of my dislike of modern things just being overly virtual and things just like make a physical product, you pricks.
Yeah,
If this game was an actual trading card game, all four of us would at least have some of it.
Yeah.
But because
Imagine
it's
if they
virtual,
actually came in those little metal-looking surrounding things as well.
Yeah.
And that would be so cool if you just had one card per pack, but it was in one of those little cases.
Yeah. People would buy those, and more people would buy those because people like owning a physical thing, in my knowledge and opinion. Yes, I have an e-reader, but I've got a bookshelf full of books, and if I'm offered the chance of a physical book or an e-book, I'll get the physical book. I like having physical stuff, but
Dan's right. Who the fuck is this for?
this doesn't.
Who is it aimed at? What
Exactly.
is the graphic here?
Also,
Who are the people selling it for millions of dollars?
I don't know, but it's got the stupidest thing ever on it, because in the FAQs, it says it's going to be releasing virtual, other virtual things that aren't cards. It looks like a weird virtual plush doll of the 13th Doctor. But it says you can buy and sell and trade them, but it is going to be unhackable history of ownership.
Huh.
So, I'm not good with computers, but even I see that as a challenge.
Confirm my email address.
In other news,
Oh.
there's some new books coming out. There's the Doctor Who Atlas,
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, this thing looks good.
which looks quite cool, and it's basically got maps of worlds and stuff that the Doctor's been to, I think. And then there's Telos publishing the Who Adventures, which is basically a book about the Virgin New Adventures.
Can I just say on that Atlas, I'm quite a visual learner. I've realised since school, it really helps me being able to see something to learn. I've does this like little baby moth just going around the microphone then. What the fuck?
Oh.
Yeah, so I struggle with stuff like Doctor Who, with like locations and stuff where it's never made clear where stuff is exactly, and what am I trying to say? I don't know. It's hard for me to imagine certain worlds, certain fictitious worlds, when it's not like clear as day shown to you, like what the whole thing looks like and where stuff is in relation to other bits, how far away distances are. Harry's got an enormous hole in his crotch.
Thanks.
Oh my god.
And yeah, and
Thanks
so,
for Alf.
I'd buy that purely because I just want to see Gallifrey, more than just the Citadel and some mountains and some bit in Wales. Like,
And a man just looking over it all.
that interests me. I'm the same with Star Wars as well, really, because there's a lot of locations in that, and I'm just like, yeah, but where is it? I
What's
struggle with
Invasion of Time? There's a bit of gap there. Invasion of Time.
Oh, not the one with the recreational centre. I mean TARDIS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Dan, how is your look through this website going?
It's just fucking. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on, Cameron.
Keep digging. Yeah, you can get that. You can pre-order that on, platforms.
Where
Internet.
books are.
Yeah, for like it's 20 quid. I think I might do that. It does. It should be good.
It's a recommended reading age of 6 to 17.
11th Fez in a Dalek frame cost $350.
What rarity does it say it is?
It's a little blue diamond. Rare. It's rare.
This is one of the worst decisions that the brand has ever made. I think.
Yeah.
It's fucking awful.
Put all the money into making more Doctor Who figures because Doctor Who figures sell
They
so
sell
well.
like hotcakes.
And I want them.
And
Yeah,
This
they
is
taste
all
like
two
hotcakes as well.
people have wanted for a while. It's a video game, and I'd love a Doctor Who video game that's actually good. And it's a trading card.
Like the adventure games.
Yeah, the adventure games, or some
Adventure games were banging.
Yeah,
an open world
I mean, I
Doctor Who
could
game.
never finish them, but they were banging.
This website just doesn't work.
I finished the Dalek one when I was
I've
little one, and I finished the Cyberman one once.
Yeah.
I just finished all of them because I'm cool.
I could
I
never.
wish
finish
they were still able to be downloaded.
What?
Yeah.
I wish you could still get the adventure games, because
Yeah, you can't. Can you?
they're not supported anymore.
They should bring
But-
them back.
It is
I think
weird.
an
It's
open world
weird
Doctor Who
to
game
think
would
that,
be
the best.
brilliant.
The best way of playing a Doctor Who game now is Lego Dimensions,
Yeah.
because you can pick up most of the DLC stuff for cheap now because it's all useless, and when you do, you can get on there and you can see a Captain Jack teaching a nude how to dance, and you don't hate it because it's just good, and they've done all the TARDIS interiors, and that's just a really cool game.
It's just a shame they never made more Doctor Who Lego sets.
Yeah. It's
They
because
make-
it
they
didn't
make so
really sell
much
outside of Europe.
Yeah.
Which is bull, I think. I think they can make so much money if they choose the right era of the show and they do the right kind of sets. Don't just do a UCS Dalek that costs 200 quid. Because people will buy it, but not everyone. If you did some 30 to 50 quid sets of an era of the show people actually really like.
They
Yeah.
were at one point planning on making a, TT Games. They were planning on doing a Lego Doctor Who one, like Lego Star Wars or Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit or Incredibles.
Yeah, that would do.
But-
That'd be nice.
Hey, we're getting
What
emails
will
from-
be will be.
I'm just going to check for any news on this forum that I'm on.
With Lego Doctor Who, when they had the ideas set, they were at the perfect opportunity then that they could have made a
I've got
minifigure
that, though.
series of just the Doctors.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would have been so good.
Yeah, just imagine for each of the series of New Who, how well those would go.
Hmm.
Oh man,
Anyway,
real shame.
Yeah.
I feel like
we all got just a bit sad then at the end, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, I went off on a rant, I got derailed on the rant and kept ranting.
Tennant,
What are we going to watch next week?
Press your button.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Let's do that.
Tennant and Smith are going to be on the 60th, apparently, according to.
Of course they
I
are!
mean, we already knew that. That's guaranteed.
Yeah, according to who?
Capaldi, let's face it.
Oh, I hope Capaldi. I hope they just get
Will.
all the new ones.
Of course he will.
He loves the show too much.
Right. Also, before you spin the wheel, I'm just going to say the one that I want to watch in case you decide to do it.
Go on.
The Space Pirates.
Okay, noted.
I think we could do that the one after next, but I think we should do modern because we have just done 2 classic in a row.
Yeah, I'd like to do a modern.
So I'll set it to New Who.
No, say it to all Who, and then we'll pick.
I want to do New Who though.
Yeah, but if there's a new Who one, we'll be more likely to pick it. But just do all Who, just in case.
Hang on.
Hang on.
Comes up.
Hang on.
No, mine.
I got my good.
We did.
Have you got it set to all Who?
Nah.
I'll set you all to Who.
Set it to all Who.
Yeah, set it to both because.
I'll set Who you all to Who.
Classic modern.
Okay.
All Doctoirs. Ready? How many times am I hitting it?
3.
7. No, 7.
He says 7, he says 3, I'll do it 5.
Okay.
Doctor's Wife, we've done that one. So that doesn't.
We've done that one.
The Leisure Hive.
Good.
We just did Maglos and they're right next to each other, aren't they?
Yeah.
Hyde.
I like
Hyde.
Day of the Daleks. We mentioned this one before.
That's good.
I'd quite like to do Day of the Daleks.
Day of the Daleks was a good one.
I've got that on VHS. It's up there, yeah. Oh.
Have you seen the special edition though? That's so good because they redo the Daleks on it.
What one was that? Number 3. Delta and the Bannerman.
I love Delta and the Bannerman. It's so terrible but so good.
And the Fires of Pompeii. That was a good mix.
Size of
It's an interesting mix.
So that's your 5.
Okay, that's the 5.
What are we feeling?
Day of the Daleks.
I'll do Hyde.
Okay,
Cameron.
Hyde is fine as well.
You gotta make a decision, then it will be whatever.
I'll make
against
my
whatever.
decision after Cameron.
Daleks or Pompeii?
Okay, so Daleks. And then
I want Day of the Daleks, I won't lie, but Dan did say last episode. What was it, Dan? You said last episode you wanted to watch.
Doctor Who.
No, you.
okay, well, it's Day of the Daleks then because it's freebie.
Oh, right. I was just thinking.
I can't
Dan said
remember.
Last episode he wanted to watch one, but we were like, no.
Blink.
Oh, Blink.
Oh no. We'll have to do that as a special at some point.
Well, I can just put Blink on the next one. We do Day of the Daleks,
Yeah.
and then we do Blink, and Paul might be around for Blink.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And that gives me enough time to watch more Who because before joining the podcast, I was like 30 minutes into watching Blink.
Outro then.
Yeah. If you want to email us, you can email us at shobocast.com.
It has to be on
Shobocast at gmail.com, sorry. Because you have to simply be on email these days.
You simply have to
We've
be.
done that
Yeah.
joke already this episode.
I know, but you. If you want to follow us on Twitter, it is at Shobocast on Twitter and
Oh my
Instagram.
God.
That's the one.
Yes, he's breaking. He's breaking up.
You can follow Dan
on Grindr.
if you want. Only do it with consent, and if you're over the age of 18 for those
Follow Dan
things.
at _Shinksy.
Yeah.
You little shit.
You can follow me.
_Shinksy.
Shinksy underscore.
Shinsky.
You can
Shinsky.
follow Cameron in the street.
Dan and Harry don't have Twitter, so they're just on the Shobocast one.
Yeah, you can just find us chilling.
You can follow Cameron at PT_Barnum_.
For your entertainment.
He was a horrible man. Friendly reminder.
Yeah.
Paul
Oh,
is
terrible.
the podcag.
Thanks.
Harry is
How?
Harry Sullivan is an imbecile. Doctor Who reference.
And this has gone on far too long, so thank you for listening, and
Get out of
goodbye.
here. You stink boys.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Have a
Goodbye.
nice-
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Do it for new roles. Have a nice life.
Goodbye.
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 Goodbye. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.